Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team. This is episode number 75, and you guys can see it on the screen. We're making a big pickup. Jamal Adams, a player that has played unbelievable on our defense. Easily the best player on our defense, maybe next to Bobby Wagner. I mean, obviously, we use him a lot, so it's not as fair. But Jamal Adams, we let him play as the computer pretty much all game long, no matter what. I mean, we use him sometimes, but he plays like a beast no matter what, man. So, I mean, this was a worthwhile upgrade. We get him to 96 speed, man. You guys know I talked about it last episode. I don't really invest in chemistries, or maybe I didn't mention it last episode, but the chemistries that, like, give speed and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't want to invest in those just because they're such a heavy investment, you know, and I like switching around players, you know, every once in a while. So, I don't know. Right now, I'm looking for really good base stats, and Jamal Adams has them, man. Now, these pickups are a little bit different. Now, you guys see Earl Thomas, and you also see Cam Chancellor. Now, these were preemptive pickups. Maybe I think I jumped the gun on these a tiny bit. I mean, I was looking to up our Seahawks chemistry to where we could get speed, but I don't know, man. The team chemistries are just so hard to go ahead and build, and like you have to build your entire team around it if you want to get some of the really good boosts and stuff like that. I put backups in, got Seahawk Chem there. Even with Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor, our chemistry was still only at like, I don't know, 16 or 17. So like I said, I think I may have jumped the gun on those a little bit, but you know what? Those are some solid backups, man. I mean, we had Justin Reed, we replaced him with Cam Chancellor, and you know that's a good goal line safety to have. You know, 6'4" on the goal line. I think they list him as 6'3", so whatever. 6'3" safety, he was 6'4". They always list him as 6'3", but Cam Chancellor was a 6'4" safety. You look at the dude, he's fucking huge. You know, I got to get past that. I'll rant about that all day long. Heights in Madden are rarely ever correct. Most of the time they're not. But you know what? We got Cam. We got Earl. Earl's a solid pickup. The only thing about him is that he's 5'10". And I guess I didn't really think about height until I got him and we had a taller safety. I don't know. Earl is probably the one I shouldn't have got. But you know what? He bumps our Seahawk Chem. So if I decide to go ahead and run a Seahawk team later, at the end of the year, we have those players. So getting into this game, you guys saw the top three players was not very even. This guy had like 88s, 87s. I think it was 88 Trey Burton. 87 Dawkins. I don't know the third one, but you know what? It's kind of funny how this game turns out. This ends up going way later than you would think it would. You know, this game should not have lasted this long, but it's kind of funny. Some funny plays in here. This is kind of just a game where we can just laugh at it, man. But right here, this guy runs some good goal line D. You know, 3rd and goal, we're trying to run it in with Franco, trying to run it in with Gurley. 4th and goal, I just decided to go ahead and run it, and we get completely stuffed. So, you know what? I'm thinking, you know what? Whatever. He's stuck on the one. What could he really do right there? He should have thrown a pick. That was really close to Jamal Adams. Really surprised he didn't make a jump on that. Usually he does, but 2nd and 10, you guys can see it. The lob pass. I don't think this guy knew how to bullet. I really don't think this guy knew how to bullet, man. I'm in a higher tier. I think during this video I was in All-Pro first. So, I mean, that's one tier away from All Madden. And I don't know how I got matched up against this team. I wasn't playing very late. I was playing in the middle of the day. But this is one of the funny plays, man. Yeah, I did that. I did that. For some reason, I came out in normal defense. I don't know why I did. I just wasn't thinking. But right here, Jamal Adams, the new pickup, or not new pickup, but new upgraded player, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean. Jamal Adams comes up with a pick right there to luckily, you know, make the fucking punt bouncing off of Harrison Smith's head, null and void, thank God. You know, Harrison Smith, that was not his fault. I tried to run back there and field it with him. That was dumb, and then I realized it was dumb. Like, as I was doing it, I'm like, don't go near the ball. You're probably just going to hit it, and he's going to get it. I still did it. It was one of those moments, man. But luckily, you know, like I said, Jamal Adams does end up getting the pick, so we get the ball right back, and I'm thinking, you know what? Enough fucking around. Let's just score, man. Like, this guy's defense was not very good. I knew that our speed and just our players in general, we're going to be able to score as right there we go down, just so we don't take a hit. You know, I don't want any other fluke shit to happen. I just wanted to score, and Eric EBRON, he's trying his best to make sure we do, man. I love that card. 97 overall. He's beastly, man. Is right here. We do find Eric EBRON wide open in the end zone, man. I mean, there was 4 receivers open. The guy ran commit. I had my pick of the litter for who the hell I wanted to throw to right there. But luckily, the high point was on point. And, you know, Eric EBRON made it look a little bit crazier than it needed to be. But bottom line, he's in the end zone to make it 7-0. So right now, we're just looking to suffocate this dude. Like I said, and like you guys saw, his team was not very good. The one pass he made was a lob. Is right here. He does show that he can throw a bullet pass, but he throws it right to Harrison Smith. He gets his first pick on our team. Last episode, he caused the pick in his debut episode, and today he does get a pick. Thank God. That Harrison Smith, I'm really liking him, man. Him and Jamal Adams is going to be so sick. Somebody commented that yesterday, and I agree. And that was before we even upgraded Jamal Adams to a 96. Like, this is a mean safety combo with Harrison Smith and Jamal Adams. Our secondary is getting better and better. Is right here. That was that would have been nice. That would have been sick if Eric Ebron could have come down with that. That's some of the catches he makes, though. You guys will see he makes some of those catches right there. He just couldn't, you know, it was one-on-one, but it was going to be a pretty tough catch anyway. Right there, we do end up sliding with Russell Wilson to the 5, 3rd and 4, 7 seconds left. We high point to who else but Eric Ebron, and we do get in to make it 14-0 with 5 seconds left. So despite the score being 14-0, Eric Ebron has 2 touchdowns, and it feels like we're destroying this dude, but you know what? He's sticking in the game. I mean, we've played pretty good so far, other than the stupid punt and getting stopped on the goal line. If those 2 plays are out of the game, we played pretty damn good. You know, after that, we grew some balls and we actually did some stuff and scored, you know, multiple times with Eric Ebron, because that dude has all of a sudden become our offense. You know, before it was Gurley, now it's Ebron. That dude's a beast. But we do end up going into half with a fumble. I don't know. He decided to run with Mike Vick instead of chucking it down the field. Not like he would have got to the end zone anyway, but he does fumble. So right here, he takes a delay a game. I don't know why he wouldn't call a timeout right there. But again, this guy continues to stick in the game and doesn't call a timeout there. I don't know what he's really doing at this point. Like, I guess maybe he's just messing around, you know, trying to see what he can do. But right now, he's 1 for 6 for 5 yards and 2 picks. And I promise you guys, this is not the only game of the episode. We got a better one here. But this dude, I could just tell, his team could not keep up with Jamal Adams and Harrison Smith and just all these guys. They were just ball hawking the fuck out of him. Like, this is one of those games where you see the team difference immediately. But, you know, this guy does end up scraping together a couple of first downs. You know, my run defense, it's just not that good, man. Like, I think it might be my D tackles. Like, I have pass rushing D tackles, pretty much a pass rushing D line, but an end that is a kind of a run stopper in Reggie White. I don't know, my D line's weird. But my D-line does not seem to stop the run all that well. We stop the pass pretty well, though. You know, anytime this guy decides to pass, we pretty much shut it down, you know, again, despite a couple of plays here and there. But the run game you guys see is getting thrown forward. That's mainly because of the patch. But, you know, for the most part, my run defense has really not been all that solid. It's right here, 4th and 4. This guy actually put together a solid drive. You know, with the team he had, he still managed to scrape out some first downs. But, you know, 4th down, I think he double-tapped X. Unfortunate for him is right here. I saw Eric Ebron wide open, but I was trying to take a shot to T-Lock. I really wanted to take a shot to him. Unfortunately, we weren't even able to get it off. So 2nd and 23, we just hit the flat end just like that. We get, you know, 20 yards of it back. That was really quick with Gurley. But right here, we do find Eric Ebron again. This dude just got open all game long. His linebackers were just not able to stick with him as I tried to make a highlight play. 1st and 10. We're just trying to get this guy out of this game. We are just trying to make it quick, make it painless, just rip it off like a fucking Band-Aid and get another touchdown and make this 21 and get this win. 2nd and 10, Russell Wilson rolls out, finding who else, man? It's the fucking Eric Ebron show today, man. The guy made so many plays in this game, and 1st and 10, we do decide to go to Tyler Lockett, and his speed was just way too much for his defense. I mean, nobody could catch up to him. That was just a slant that we lobbed, and I mean, that was easy, man. I mean, there was nobody that could have come close to T-Lock with that 95 speed, and finally, this game ends up going into the 4th quarter, man. This is a video in itself if it's a better game, but this dude stuck in it, and goddamn, it was a 2-score game, and he put together some drives. I got to give that guy credit. I think with a better team, you know, that watch out for that gamer tag. I'm telling you that much. But the guy played solid. I played pretty shitty at the beginning, locked it up, you know, after I fucked up a couple times, but you know, we got that win. So now jumping into this game. This game was a little bit better. This guy was tougher. His team was definitely his team was better, so therefore he was tougher. I don't know if, like I said, you know, there's some people that I play that I'm like, oh, if you got a better team, you know, this game's a lot closer. But right now, man, you know, I want to go back to running with Gurley. I really was heavy on the pass. But right here, this guy just really played the run at the beginning. You guys can see how crazy he played that. He almost ran commit. Probably engage 8 is what he ran, but we found Franco Harris easy. I just ran that fullback play action where he just kind of slides out between the guard and the tackle. Sometimes he gets stuck there, and then he's not even able to run his route. But luckily, he was able to go ahead and free up. But on 1st and 10, Mr. Todd Gurley does something he never does. Todd Gurley never fumbles, especially with the zone run chemistry that I have now. He has 99 carry, but I think I spun on that one. I think I spun into a big hit or spun into somebody's, you know, hit stick, and yeah, that was just bad, man. So we end up fumbling, unfortunately. That was a really good drive, or a really good start to that drive is right here. We do get a strip animation, but unfortunately, Jerry Hughes cannot rip that one out. A 2nd and 14, he's running outside with Ricky Williams, and he gets absolutely destroyed by Stephon Gilmore. I think that was Jerry Hughes or, you know, somebody else that wrapped him up, and then Stephon Gilmore said, I'm going to finish you off, bro. As moving to 4th down, he does go ahead and decide to punt, which I was obviously happy about, considering that we drove halfway down the field, and it got ruined by a fumble with a guy with 99 carry. That's very annoying. But you know what? I can't really say much. I mean, Todd Gurley fumbles 1 in a million. I mean, he barely ever fumbles. Is right here. That was a hell of a play by the corner. I mean, holy shit, he played that out route like a beast, but Sean Taylor plays the wheel a little bit better. It's 1st and 10. This guy makes a very preemptive read. You could tell he was going to that from the beginning of the play, and Sean Taylor, with his 90 speed, is able to outrace Jerry Rice and takes it all the way to the end zone for a 79-yard pick six. Man, that's Sean Taylor. Man, how do we can't replace him, man. He might be on our team all year. Like, honestly, that 90 overall linebacker, Sean Taylor. You know, maybe he's not great in the run game. Maybe that's why we get destroyed when we run 4-3 and have Sean Taylor out there in the run. But you know what? He plays like a beast. There's no reason for me to really get rid of him or replace him. He plays so damn good. And can I just point out how weird Earl Thomas looks in this game? I don't know if it's his helmet, but his head looks way too big for his body in this game, and it's so weird. I didn't even notice. I hadn't used Earl Thomas all year. He's right there. Just throw it at him, man. Why the fuck not? We do end up getting the pick with Bobby Wagner. Just like that, we're back on offense with our 7-0 lead, and we try to go to Eric Ebron. This guy starts blitzing the hell out of me, man, and Sean Taylor, again, you know, that's Sean Taylor. He just plays good. I mean, I guess in the game, Deshaun Taylor's a god, but right there, that was a double edge blitz, and we got owned. That was a really good play by this dude, blitzing Rod Woodson off the edge. I had no idea what to do. I got completely destroyed. So 4th and 17, we have to go ahead and punt it. Like I said, the dude was just blitzing, but I wasn't able to get it off. I saw people downfield, but I just wasn't ready for it. The guy ended up kind of catching me off guard. He hadn't really done that all game. I mean, he did, but really only in running formations. You know, he had been running cover 3, cover 2, and I guess he's kind of caught me off guard. But, you know, ultimately, we were just able to punt instead of making like a dumb read and throwing a pick, or, you know, worse, a pick 6. Obviously, we got our points off of pick 6, so right now, we're just trying not to make any mistakes. Right now, it's a defensive battle, man. Neither offense has scored. Only the defense has scored. So, you know, right now, we're just trying to lock up, keep this dude out of the end zone, keep this dude from scoring any type of points. As right there, he does end up finding his receiver, who I thought was going to eat a big hit, but instead he ends up getting dragged forward for, you know, a couple of extra yards and gets 9, and Ricky Williams ends up running for a couple in the next play. 1st and 10, decides to run a stretch with Todd Gurley, and that's completely stuffed, man. Alan Page and Jerry Hughes blow that play up. 2nd and 11, dropping back with, I think that's John Elway, and he's looking towards the end zone, and it is picked by, oh my God. What? That wasn't a pick? How did that get through Stephon Gilmore's hands? Wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure I held triangle on that, but I don't know how that wasn't a pick. That was right at him. Doesn't matter. 4th and 22, the guy decides to go for it, and look who comes up with the pick. Stephon Gilmore. Why didn't you drop that one? You know, why didn't you let that one go through your hands? Like, for real. 4th and forever, we end up getting the pick. I think I accidentally tried to go for the pick on that one. I should have swatted, you know, 4th down. That was just dumb. Is right there. Wow. That was even dumber. Lucky I lobbed that, man. That was one of those plays I saw pressure coming, and I made a bad read. I knew it was a bad read, so instead I lobbed it, and luckily lobbing it saved me points, because that was a pick 6 waiting to happen. So we kind of get bailed out right there. I mean, it was kind of just me panicking and tapping it instead of holding it that saved me, but whatever. 7-0. Easily could have been 7-7, especially because of that last play. But you know what? It is what it is, and right now we got a 7-point lead going into the second half. So, you know, we're just trying to protect that right now, man. But this dude does start running a little bit more heavily. I mean, he ran pretty good in the first half for over 50 yards. Yeah, that was his 10th rush for 55. So, I mean, he did a pretty decent job at keeping the run in play. But then he really starts to lean on it, man. I mean, I think he just starts to see that my defense is not a fantastic run-stopping team. I mean, unless I really blitz, then I just kind of get stopped. Like, I don't really have anybody that really gets in there and stops the run really well, other than Jerry Hughes, which I probably should put Jerry Hughes, like, on the inside when people are doing stuff like this to me, but I don't know, man. I just didn't have the right play calls to try to stop this dude. I start sending people, blitzing a couple extra people. It's just not really working. 14 rushes for 77 now. You know, he has 5 rushes in this half for over 30, I think, at this point. Or right there, he gets the 80. Yeah, it's pretty good running game so far, especially in the second half. So 2nd and 7, yeah. I had aggressive pass rushing on. He ends up catching me on that, man. And, you know, I ended up turning that on just a couple plays ago, and it made no difference. So I really didn't care about turning it off, especially since it didn't seem like my guys were doing anything better. So right now, we do finally get him to pass. And Stephon Gilmore, man, he got completely burnt, but the guy decides to throw a bullet instead of lobbing it, and we do end up getting the pick, and that is a huge interception, man. If you guys go back and look at that, or maybe you saw it, how bad he got burnt. I mean, it was honestly unbelievable. I hadn't seen Stephon Gilmore get that burnt in a while. But, you know, the guy decides to throw a bullet pass, and, you know, Gilmore's 6'1", and he's got decent jumping. So, you know what, that's kind of a death sentence if he decided to bullet that one. I mean, he was really burnt. If he lobs that, it's a touchdown, and we're tied 7-7. So right now, we're counting our blessings, and sure enough, Tyler Lockett completely burns his corner, number 25. I'm assuming that's Chris Harris. That's who it looked like. But he completely burned him, man. I just run that little angle streak, and he got off him immediately. And sure enough, we do end up cashing in on the next play with Todd Gurley. They make it 14-0 in the fourth quarter, man. So right now, we got our 2-score lead. We got exactly what we want. We just got to lock the hell up, man. Our first game, obviously, I mean, that game was just all types of weird, but ultimately we end up winning 20-0, and our defense just locked the hell up. So right now, this episode has been all about the defense just being really damn good, and right now, they're breaking up passes. I mean, Jamal Adams, 96 speed, you're not going to get anybody off of him. I mean, it's going to be really hard, and unless you have somebody that has 99 speed with some of these chem-boosted teams, I don't see many receivers or tight ends, especially getting off of Jamal Adams. Right there, he breaks it up. 1st and 10, decides to go over the middle. And wow, that was a crazy circus catch. But luckily, Stephon Gilmore bats that one away. 2nd and 10, Elway dropping back. He has a good pocket. I have nobody really rushing or getting to him as finally Jerry Hughes breaks off, but he does end up finding his little dump off to Randy Moss. He ends up getting 10+. So right now, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. This game ain't over, man. He's putting together a drive right now. It's 1st and 10. He tries to take a shot to, I believe that's Calvin Johnson, and that was just nothing doing right there. I mean, even if he caught it, he was between 3 people. Just wasn't going to work, and right here, just throw it at me, man. Why the fuck not? 2-time, baby. Bobby Wagner comes up with his 2nd pick of the game, and that is huge. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, we can easily just start running the ball, running the clock, but we don't really get a chance to do that, do we? As we end up getting our 2nd rage quit of the episode, man. This guy does end up exiting 14-0. There was going to be a very slim chance that he was going to be able to come back from that, especially with our defense playing so damn good and playing overall amazing in this episode, man. Jamal Adams, his debut episode, I don't think that's a coincidence. We manned up Jamal Adams on a lot of people in this game, or in both those games is what I'm trying to say, and he played really good, man. I can tell that safety combo with Harrison Smith and Jamal Adams is going to be deadly. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to look out for the next one, and as always, I'm out. Peace.